push it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, stuff happens. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I like them. And I love to read. Yeah. I like dramatic reading. It's fun. Like I've always wanted to do like audiobooks, like just to read them. It's fun. I love it. I love doing the voices and adding drama. It's fun. It's like oh, of course, that's
Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon. Welcome to the James Memorial Chapel. Today we have the Seminary Choir with us, directed by Dr. Malcolm J. Merriweather. I welcome the choir and our choir director, our music maestro and all-rounder for this beautiful chapel service, which will convey the music and poetry, and the music would be based on labor songs. So let us join in the order of service, as you see in the order program. Let's join in the call and response and raise our voices together. Welcome to this time of reflection and celebration. Today, we honor the laborers who fought tirelessly for dignity, fairness, and justice.
let us lend our voices to their enduring legacy.
God of justice and compassion, we gather in gratitude for the hands that build, the voices that advocate, the spirits that refuse to be silenced. Bless our time together as we honor the laborers whose courage has shaped a more equitable world.
May our worship inspire us to continue their work in faith and love.
Thank you.
Okay, I need your help with this song, the Cotton Mill Girls. I'm gonna teach you the refrain, It goes like this. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere. Jane is going to contextualize this song for us. Thank you, Jane.
This is just a little labor history. This song starts out with, in 1915, we heard it said, move to cotton country and get ahead, and then goes on to the chorus. But it is a song about all of those young women in New England who left the farms and went to the cotton mills and the spinning mills that were all along the rivers of all of New England. If you drive through Vermont or through Massachusetts now, you can see the abandoned mill buildings. But this is a song about those women, mostly very young, mostly unmarried, who worked there and were obviously exploited. So that's the context.
Thank you, Jane.
Early 20th century.
Thank you so much, Jane. We are going to sing the refrain, and then the choir is going to sing 7 verses, and then we'll sing the refrain again at the end, okay?
It's
right. And now a reading of poetry. The poem is Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Sundays, too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labor and the weekday weather made, banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, fearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of love's austere and lonely offices?
Hay for horses. He had driven half the night from far down San Joaquin through Mariposa, up the dangerous mountain roads, and pulled in at 8 a.m. with his big truckload of hay behind the barn. With winch and ropes and hooks, we stacked the bales up clean to splintery redwood rafters. High in the dark, flecks of alfalfa whirling through shingle cracks of light. Itch of hay dust in the sweaty shirt and shoes. At lunchtime, under black oak, out in the hot corral, the old mare nosing lunch pails, grasshoppers crackling in the weeds. 68, he said. I first bucked hay when I was 17. I thought that day I started, I sure would hate to do this all my life. And damn it, that's just what I've gone and done.
It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere.
Cannery Town in August. All night it humps in the air, speechless. The steam rises from the cannery columns. I hear the nightbird rave about work or lunch or sing the swing shift home. I listen while bodiless uniforms and spinach-specked shoes drift in monochrome down the dark moon-possessed streets. Women who smell of whiskey and tomatoes, peach fuzz reddening their lips and eyes. I imagine them not speaking, dumbed by the cans clamor and drop to the trucks that wait, grunting in their headlights below. They spotlight those who walk like a dream, with no one waiting in the shadows to palm them back to living.
It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere.
In 1999, I think, I wrote a series of poems which start with the first lines of Psalms. This is called Psalm 61. Hear my crying, O God. Give ear to my prayer. The look he gives me from behind the supermarket counter is stricken, as if as he rings up my lettuce, scallions, chicken breast, he thinks I am ringing up his absences and his late papers. What I notice is how tired he looks. Been sick, I ask. He nods. And yesterday I worked all day in the freezer. That didn't help. He asked if I would be in my office tomorrow and if he could bring his overdue papers by. Of course, I tell him. I sign my slip, take my groceries, and think about the essay that Greg sent me about the stars, about Neruda's bell ringer pointing to star after star, the sky filling with planets, stars, suns, constellations turning in the deep night sky. Today in class, students read aloud from papers where they defined love, friendship, kindness. Each voice stood out, even the ones who stumbled, rushed, read so softly we had to strain to hear. One wrote of love as a force which could change cultures, which could make the world stop turning. One student reads of her soul sister. Sometimes we even hold hands, she writes. We talk of everything and nothing, that cute boy, that new face wash. The connections spread out across the room, and we listen envious as she reads of being listened to, loved, heard, held. What I want is to reach out across the counter, touch his arm, tell him that he works too hard, tell him that when he isn't in class, the chair between Hannah and Michael is empty, that I miss the way he turns his head, the way he offers thoughts slowly, carefully, weighing words the way he weighs scallions, radishes, and the heavy iceberg lettuce. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times, cotton mill girls. It's hard times everywhere. And so I was talking about this with Malcolm, and he thought that I should share this. In 1987, I had to look it up. I couldn't remember the year. My hometown of Sheridan, Wyoming, was deeply divided by a miners' strike. And the UMW struck, and half the town were miners. The union leaders were jailed for contempt of court. It was a very messy, very ugly strike. But at one point, I was singing in a coffee house, and two United Mine Workers came up to me and said, "We really like your songs. Will you sing at our rally?" Well, of course, I would sing at their rally. So about 6 months later, I was singing at a huge United Mine Workers rally. And I was singing, I didn't sing Cotton Mill Girls, but I sang a number of other songs. But I sang a song, which we will sing, because we were also celebrating the first all-female local of the Teamsters that had just been formed among the nursing home staff at one of the nursing homes in our country. And so for them, I sang As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day. A million darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day. A million darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day. A million darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people here are singing, bread and roses.